Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas, and here at Arunachal Ashram, Jamaica, the advent of Bhagwan to Tiruvennalai was observed with a lot of devotion that included sharing of the experience of Bhagwan while he wanted to experience death. And that resulted into some sort of awakening in him, or a call from Tiruvennalai, the place that he had not heard of. And how he reached there is a story in itself. But what happened once he reached there, and that self-enlightened sage continues to draw people to that abode, as well as various centers that a natural flow of devotion has made possible for devotees across the globe. And here in New York, as I speak with joy of being in the close proximity of the vibrations of the sense of oneness, which were shared with realization by Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi. And here are some glimpses of this celebration with chanting and sharing of Bhagwan's life story by Dennis Hartel, who is instrumental in founding this Arunachal Ashram here.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
For the devotees, and you can say disciples, shishyas, and bhaktas of Bhagwan Sri Ramana Maharshi. And Bhagavan gave the difference between, what is the difference between a shishya and a bhakta? Someone had asked him that once. And he said a devotee is the one who looks upon the guru or the deity as God and worships him. A shishya also does the same, but he looks upon the guru as God, follows his teachings, and intently tries to practice those teachings and realize the truth of them. So I consider we all are shishyas, or should be shishyas, and devotees of Bhagavan. So today is an important day for all the devotees of Bhagavan. So what I think is most remarkable is that 6 weeks before he arrived at Arunachala, the boy Venkataraman was just a normal boy, like any one of us. Now, can we imagine going into our room, in our bedroom, sitting on our bed, and all of a sudden feeling, I'm going to die. It's over. Everything I hold dear to me is leaving. That my wife, my husband, my children, my car, my house, all the paraphernalia all around, my profession, everyone I knew, it's over. We're just going to lay down in our bed and die. So that's exactly what Bhagavan did. And when he laid down, he said, okay, I'm going to die. So what dies? The body dies. Am I the body? So he questioned that with an intensity, a one-pointed intensity, to understand what dies when the body dies. Who is it that is within the body? Or who is it that watches the body die? What is that I within the body, and where does it come from? And what is death? Who dies? I die, but what is that I? So one-pointedly and earnestly and ready to die at that moment, he held his breath. And he said, the body is dead. It'll be carried away and burnt. But what is that I that's within the body, that is aware, that's thinking now, or not, or stop thinking, and just focusing on the I within itself? Who is that I? So what was remarkable that Bhagavan focused so intensely on that eye, he went to the source of that eye. And what is the source of the eye? The source of the eye is the self. And he merged in there. He had a purpose and a meaning. It wasn't just for his generation or those who surrounded him. It was for people of our generations and generations to come. And that's another remarkable thing. He still gives support, guidance. He gives inspiration. He comes to us in dreams or in visions. He reveals himself inwardly through the teachings. So all this is quite remarkable for all of us, and that's why 123 years later we're gathered here today. So I'd like to thank you all for coming. Next to me is James Hartel. He's the one who designed this shrine and also made the statue which you see inside the shrine. And he's been helping Arunachal Ashram in construction and other matters for the last 45 years. Every year. So here he can tell you about how he decided to design this shrine in this manner.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So on this building used to have a small sunroom on the side, which was used for meditation, as a meditation hall. But we thought, well, maybe we can make something bigger. So we came up with a design to fit into this triangle piece of land, which is a little tough, you know, but it worked out okay. So we tried to make it so it was the same design and style as the original house. So that's why it's stone and has slate roof. And some of the front door came from Mahabalipuram. Wood carvers there worked on that. Same wood carvers that did this door did the door to the temple, Hindu temple in Washington, D.C., which is interesting because it's the same artist that worked on this. So basically, the work was done by one contractor, you know, and it's a steel structure building with, you know, steel floor and radiant heat in the slate floor. So it works out very well. The interior woodwork was designed to be consistent with the kind of columns and interior spaces in Tiruvennalai at Ramana Ashram. So the actual columns, if you take pictures of the columns, you'll know what I'm referring to. They're actually copies of the columns that are used there, Indian style.
So I'm delighted to be standing with Jim Hartel and his brother Dennis Hartel. We all know from Arunachal Ashram has been the man behind this ashram, and his devotion has been a source of strength for other devotees also. Now, I have always been fascinated by your multi-dimensional creative ways of expression, be it sculpture, be it design. So talk to me a little bit about when you were meditating on building the statue of Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi, what study you did, and was there some inspiration that guided you?
Oh, well, when you say that, I have to inform you that that statue of Bhagavan that's on the front of the meditation hall is a copy of a statue that's in Ramana Ashram that was sculpted by a man named Vaidyanathan Sabati. And Vaidyanathan Sabati is the same architect who built the Mother's Temple in Ramana Ashram. So in 1989, Dennis and I went there to work on a videotape called Sage of Arunachala. And we did a lot of taping. So we did. But while we were there, we thought, why don't we take a mold of this statue, bring it home and cast it and use it here. So this is actually all it is. So I can't take credit for the work of sculpting that statue, which was actually done by Vaidyanathan Sabati. I can only take credit for the technical work of making the mold and casting it and putting it up. So
still, nevertheless, it requires some special expertise and, of course, consistent dedication and all. But let me take the liberty of asking you a question which is related to you and Dennis. So Dennis, he's a modern sage, in like other than he's not wearing a different kind of saffron or any clothing, but by heart he's not like a typical family man. So I'm not saying that you're a typical family man, but you are a householder. So how has been your relationship? I see you have been very close to each other. So talk to me about the beauty of relationship between these two brothers, who I would say are different in their own way.
Well, I don't think that the relationship that I have with my brother is any different than any other brother has with his brother. And, basically we were brought up in the same household, born of the same mother, have a lot in common. So basically that's the basis of a relationship. Only that.
Okay, now
Which is quite a bit.
Yeah. Okay, now the question is probably he's doing more of spiritual studies, and he's so deeply immersed into Bhagwan, Ramana, Maharshi. I don't know about you in that way, and that's quite that's. I'm not saying abnormal, but that's not that's not the kind of people you see in day-to-day basis.
Well, I recognize the fact that he's doing a lot of effort to spiritual effort. So I'm probably lazier. So what I do is I just try to catch hold of his shirt tail and ride along. So that's basically all I'm doing.
I think I love you. Thank you very much. So
Arunachala, Arunachala, Om Arunachala, Arunachala, Om Arunachala, Arunachala, Om Arunachala. Aruvana Jyoti Arunachala, Akhanda Chit Shakti Avay Arunachala.
Namaste. I am Nick Wiley, and I've been coming to Arunachal Ashram since it was on 6th Street in New York City with Arunachal Bhakta Bhagawat's chanting. And he was very instrumental in my youth to grow me in the Eastern faith at Sri Bhagwan's ashram, and also in other ways through his devotional works. I have kept coming to Sri Bhagwan's ashram since I was 15, and it has always been a place of safe refuge for me. I hope it will be for you. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya.
This is Shiva, this is Ramana in the heart. Arunachala, this is Shiva, this is Rankara in the heart. Arunachala, this is Shiva, this is Ramana in the heart. Arunachala, this is Shiva, this is Shankara in the heart. Thank you. Arunachala, this is Shiva, this is Ramana in the heart. In the heart, Arunachala, this is Shiva, this is Shankara in the heart. Arunachala, this is Shiva, this is Ramana in the heart.
Prasannamurti Prabhu Ramana, Prasannamurti Prabhu Ramana, Prabodha Smurti Prabhu Ramana, Prabodha Smurti Prabhu Ramana, Shiva Gurunatha Shri Ramana, Shiva Gurunatha Shri Ramana, Guru Ramana, Guru Ramana, Guru Ramana, Guru Ramana, Namo Ramana, Namo Ramana, Namo Ramana, Namo Ramana, Nata Janagati Pradhanamo Ramana, Nata Janagati Pradhanamo Ramana.
I'm here on the Advent celebration at the Arunachal Ashram in New York. I'm Aman. And for me, I believe in the path of devotion and I simply love Bhagwan. And for me, when I heard his one line to the daughter of Author Osborne that, if you remember Bhagwan, Bhagwan will remember you, that pretty much crystallized for me what devotion really is. And so being here, is to remember Bhagwan because we needed him, he did not need us. So he came simply to provide, spiritual guidance to all of us. So being here is to remember him and cherish, all that he has given us. Thank you. So I'm a technologist by profession. So obviously work in an office space and you work with different kind of people, different temperaments and, so they have different influences on you. So Bhagwan's teachings help me every day. Every minute I have a small picture of Bhagwan on my desk. So every now and then when I look at him, it reminds me that higher than truth is truthful living. And we'll be faced with difficult choices every day. And if we, adhere to truthful living, which is what Bhagwan told us to do, it basically helps. Other than that, it's sadhana. People don't realize that daily sadhana is a must to make spiritual progress. And Bhagwan may not have said that in so many words, but all those who lived around him did sadhana. And that is another example which I've taken from Bhagwan is that sadhana must be done daily. Fixed time and disciplined manner to basically get control over your vasanas and your mind.
Lingeshwaraya Namo, Lingeshwaraya Namo, Arunachalaya Namo, Arunachalaya Namo, Arunachalaya Namo, Arunachalaya Namo, Om Namah Shivaya Namo, Om Namah Shivaya Namo.
My name is Kalindi and I live in Chicago. And Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi, I got to know him through my father, Murli Multani, and we used to receive the mountain path at home in Bombay. And I used to just look at Bhagwan's picture, enjoy seeing his beautiful smile. And then when I moved to the US, I got to do satsang here in California. But as I started reading more and more about Bhagwan, learning about his life, where he grew up, about Arunachala, about Tiruvennalai, because I had never traveled to any of these places growing up in Bombay, we never really visited the southern states as much. So I never thought that it was ever possible to go to Arunachala. It was like a place that you could think of or read about or dream about, but never really reach there. So when I actually first got to go to Arunachala, I couldn't control my tears. It felt like I had actually arrived at my father's home, and it was not the first time that I was coming there, and through many lifetimes that I had been there, and this was a chance to go back home. So that was my first experience of visiting Arunachala.
Brahmananda Jaya Gopala Hare Arunachala Shiva Om Trishubhadarini Om Arunachala Shiva Om Trishubhadarini Om Hari Narayana Om Sai Narayana Om
मैं तुच्छ हूँ अंधगागर हो आप आभा के सागर मैं तुच्छ हूँ अंधगागर हो आप आभा के सागर हो आपकी दिव्य दृष्टि छट जाए माया का बादल छूटे ये जन्मों का फेरा कर दो दरस का सवेरा भगवन रमण करुणा सागर कर दो दरस का सवेरा।
My name is Regina Pinto de Oliveira. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and I know Bhagwan. I know Bhagwan there in Rio de Janeiro because there is 4 women that this woman, that human, devotee a lot of service because she saw the photo of Bhagwan in a magazine or in a book, and she becomes like, she starts to be very interested and she starts to study about Bhagwan, and then she invites 3 old women to start to study, and then now we have one ashram in Rio de Janeiro, the Path of Light, and I come from there. I don't know, I have no words about my relation with Bhagwan. I love Bhagwan, and Bhagwan for me is like a path, is like light in my life. Bhagwan, I don't know what word can I say to dedicate to Bhagwan. I was in India 1989, long time ago, but as soon as I have a possibility, I would like to go again.
நிழலுடலை மீண்டும் ஏன் நான் என தொழுவேன் இறைவா என் போல் தெரியும் ஒரு நிழலுடலை மீண்டும் ஏன் நான் என தொழுவேன் இறைவா
गुरुदेव मेरे प्यारे, गुरुदेव मेरे प्यारे, मुझको ऐसा वर दो। गुरुदेव मेरे प्यारे, मुझको ऐसा वर दो। सेवा सुमिरन सत्संग, सेवा सुमिरन सत्संग, झोली में मेरे भर दो।
Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Govinda Hare, Nityananda Brahmananda Jaya Gopala Hare, Arunachala Shiva Om Trishula Dharini Om.
So spiritual calling takes you where you should reach, and that happens irrespective of the place that you were born in, whether it was Brazil, New York, Australia, India, whatever the place was. When the divinity draws you, it is ultimately it is the sense of oneness, and that doesn't differentiate the way we as humans differentiate on various classifications, and that sense of oneness brings natural outpouring of love and a sense of pure joy, which was palpable here at Arunachal Ashram today. Sharing glimpses of this event, I'm Ashok Vyas.